Hi everyone, I wanted to come on really quickly to give you a little bit of an update of what's been going on with me. As you can see, I've come out to get some sunshine because it's a beautiful day, and I thought today is the day that I'm going to do a little video of an update of where I've been, what's been going on. So where have I been? What has been going on? Well, I've had a lot go on is the answer, and I just wanted to give you an update. So basically, on the 29th of November, I had my right mastectomy and I healed incredibly well. I listened to everything that Gila had taught me about listening to my body and not pushing myself or anything. So I didn't do anything. I let my partner do pretty much everything for me. So he cooked, he cleaned, he dressed me, he helped me bathe, which was awfully difficult seeing as our hot water had decided to pack in, so we were boiling kettles, so that was fun. Good timing, right? The point is that I just listened to my body and I healed so well. Yeah, so let's go on to what happened with the chemo. So as you know, I did not have any bad effects from chemo. I kept my hair. I did cold cut, but I kept my hair. My eyebrows, my lashes, they had gone during paclitaxel, but when I started EC chemo, it all started to grow back. I wasn't ever sick. Everything that I learnt with Gila had just been perfect. It just worked for me, you know, and I could not be more grateful for her for that reason. The midway and the end of MRI scans showed that the chemo had not responded well. I did not respond well. My tumour had not responded well to the chemotherapy. And obviously I was quite baffled by that because I, for one, had felt the lump had gone down. Physically, I felt it after even my second chemo. And I was quite taken aback. And, you know, anxiety developed and it was quite difficult because I've just done all this work with Gila. Worked really hard, listening to my body, healing myself, being calm, resting after chemo, allowing myself to let my partner take control of household chores, which you know, I physically had to let him do, and in order to heal and not feel sick, and you know, listening to my body. And I thought, why hasn't this worked? Honestly, at first I thought, why hasn't this worked? Because they said that there's absolutely no way that I said, is there a chance that in pathology you can see that the cancer cells are dead? And they said, with the amount of contrast highlighting, no, unfortunately not. So, you know, in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking, but there could be a chance. Surely there's a chance. I could feel my lump has gone. Anyway, obviously that kind of knocked me down a bit because I thought, oh God, it hasn't worked. Everything I've been doing hasn't worked. But then I kept saying to myself, but at least chemo, I got through chemo, and that was a great thing. I got through chemo, but obviously my main goal is to heal the cancer, not to just get through chemo. Chemo was a massive thing, but that's not gonna cure me. That would have just made me not sick. Long story short, come time for results, and I go in and I get my wound checked, and he said to me, I've got some good news for you. And also, sorry, before I go into that, I had 5 lymph nodes removed. Throughout all my testing, that they never showed that they had cancer in them, but they still remove a few lymph nodes at the day of the surgery because they want to double check, you know, just to be safe. Anyway, my lymph nodes were clear. Which was amazing because they said had there been cancer in the lymph nodes, they would have had to do a full node clearance. And I thought, I do not want a second surgery on top of what I've just had. Like, how am I going to heal from that? So I kept saying, no, my lymph nodes are clear. My lymph nodes are clear. They were clear. Hallelujah. They were clear. But even better, they were dumbfounded. They were literally quite shocked because the cancer was gone, and I cried happy tears, as you can imagine, and I said, I don't understand. You said that there's no way, and he said, we're quite baffled. He actually said, we are quite baffled because this is not what we thought was happening. And it just meant that it worked. Everything that I was doing with Gila, all my calming my mental health down, all my healing of my body, listening to my body, it worked. The chemo and me, we worked in harmony. And that's what it is. We worked in harmony. The chemo didn't hurt me, and I let it do its work. I allowed it to work whilst I let my immune system rest when the chemo is going in. And then when after the 24 hours, I then brought my own immune system up. It worked. Everything I did worked. And I am so grateful and so thankful. So why have I been quite delayed in this video? Well, the difference is I did develop, after 2 weeks after surgery, something called thyroiditis and hyperthyroidism. Basically, I've had quite a few tests. I had bloods, I had a camera up my nose and down my throat, I had an ultrasound, and it all confirmed thyroiditis. Now, I have basically been told that that is from immunotherapy side effects. So I worked in harmony with the chemo. The immuno didn't cause me too much, but it did attack a little bit. Now, keep in mind, I did chemoECSTASY, not immunotherapy ecstasy. Gila, we don't know, no one really knows about immunotherapy. It's still quite new. So we still don't know the side effects it can cause. So it was my choice to do it. But I do think to myself now that it has caused issues. So it is what it is. It's caused the issues, but it's fine. I'm still going to heal from it, you know, and I'm already feeling better. And honestly, I have to say I was living off painkillers, and considering I didn't take one painkiller during a mastectomy and all my chemo, I wasn't taking any of the drugs that they told me to take after a while, because when I first did it, my chemo, and I was taking everything, I was feeling awful. So my body said no more of these drugs, and yeah, I felt better. And I decided to, do the same thing. I'd listen to my body. So the doctor said she wants me to carry on immunotherapy. That all my oh, by the way, I also may have hepatitis A of the liver, because my liver ults are spiking the bloods, which is quite weird considering I haven't had chemo since October. But yet she wants me to carry on immunotherapy. So, as you can imagine, I did say to her, what? I was like, what do you mean? You're saying to me that these side effects are due to immunotherapy, yet you're telling me to carry it on. And she said, these are common side effects for immunotherapy. We can just monitor you. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll think about it, but I don't want it. So she said, okay, just you've got lots of time, just think about it. So I'm thinking about it, but I'm not thinking about it because it's going to be a no. I'm not having it. Imagine, right? I've had all these side effects come about because of immunotherapy, and you're telling me to carry it on. I don't think so. Now, don't get me wrong, she wasn't being horrible, but she did say something that I really don't like. She said, put it this way, if you don't carry on immunotherapy, because you've got an aggressive or had an aggressive cancer, it's very likely to come back within the 2-year mark. And if it does come back, then it won't be any more intent to cure. It will be intent to treat, because once it comes back, it can come back in the chest wall or an area that is not operable, etc., etc. And, you know, you hear a doctor say that to you and you think, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm going to not have this, and then I'm going to die. But then I had to stop and think to myself, hold on a minute. You don't know that's going to happen to me. I'm not a statistic, just because this is things that you've seen. I also asked her, okay, what is the percentage of people who have had a mastectomy, sorry, who have had a clear scan results from chemo and then carried on immunotherapy? What's the percentage of people who don't get cancer again compared to those who don't? And she said, honestly, we don't know. We don't know. We don't even know if one immunotherapy is enough alone, or if people who carry on immunotherapy are a better chance. So I was like, so you don't actually know the percentages, and yet you're telling me to carry it on. So I just said, okay, I'll think about it. But I've already thought about it, and it's a no, because I want to live my life, right? I want to actually have fun. I'm not going to go through having IV treatment every other however many, every 4 to 6 weeks, I think every 3 or 6 weeks it is. I don't want to be sat in the hospital anymore. I don't want to have an IV drip in me, and I don't want to have something that's already caused me side effects. I think it's nuts that they're actually even suggesting that carries on. But, you know, that's what they do. So in the meantime, I'm being monitored for my thyroid and the hypothyroidism, and I've got ultrasound coming up, and I'm having to have regular blood tests to see my levels. So that's where I'm at the moment. But physically, I'm feeling a lot better. Like, I swear I believe in acupuncture so much, because I was taking pills, like I said at the beginning, and it was too much. I never take that many pills, but I was kind of like desperate in regards to the pain the thyroiditis caused. I wasn't sleeping, nothing. Anyway, I tried acupuncture, and apart from the following day where it felt worse, which I was warned about on the consultation form, after that one acupuncture, it just started getting better and better and better. And my levels are still spiking. So it's not like my thyroid has calmed down. It's still there. It's just the acupuncture has calmed it down. And I believe now that my body is saying no more painkillers, try a natural way of doing this. And acupuncture is just like incredible. It's just the most natural way of doing it. And I'm like a big convert of it now. I love it. And yeah, so I'm still being monitored, but the pain's gone, so I'm feeling good within myself. And the cancer is just, I got the best news you could get regarding the cancer. And so everything I've learnt with Gila has all led me to this point as well, to be able to actually say no to the immunotherapy. And as soon as I'm done with all these tests of my thyroid and my liver, I'm just going to go back to my life, you know, and live again. So this is where I'm at the moment. And as you can see, look at that weather. Look at that. I'm in my happy place. Love to you all. If you've ever thought about whether you should do chemoECSTASY and speak to Gila in regards to all the sessions about your cancer and healing your cancer, the answer is do it. Do it, do it, do it, because I'm so grateful. And I love you all. Bye.